What up, peeps?
Hey, how's it going, guys? So today on the Dos Cocos Locos podcast, we have Amber, who specializes in digital marketing, and she talks about a bunch of awesome stuff, but some topics that kind of stood out to us were how to have your clients engage in the community to help grow their business. And on top of that, she goes into some specific marketing strategies specifically for your business that will benefit it the most.
And also how to maximize your time on social media and make it actually effective for you.
Yes, so let's go ahead and roll this intro and let's get started. Coconut.
Fire.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Roberto Guido.
And my name is Marissa Lewis.
And together we are
the Dos Cocos Locos.
And welcome to our podcast.
So our goal with this podcast is to drop as much coconut fire, which is our way of saying life/business knowledge bombs, for creatives that don't necessarily know much about life or business, through conversations with one another as well as with other fellow creatives and dope people.
Our story has a lot of twists and turns, but basically we started by selling coconuts at the beach, and now we have our own photography and videography business. And it's through these conversations that we were able to really learn how to navigate this thing called life. Enjoy.
He has the sound
I got to do that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Literally every time.
All right, so Amber, thank you so much for being on the
Yes,
podcast.
of
We
course.
appreciate you just
Yes.
taking the time to come here, hang out with us at a little crib
I know
here.
we got the fresh new
Yeah.
artwork.
Super fresh.
I
Yes.
love it.
Shout out to BB Art. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again, for real.
Yeah, it's so dope. So so you listen to our podcast.
I do.
So I'm pretty sure you know what we're gonna say.
Yeah,
but,
first question.
we start off with every podcast with the same question, which is, in one sentence, it can be as long or as short as you want it to be. You're like prepared for it. We love it.
I got it.
Like,
I
I know the answer.
I was like, I got it.
What is one
Yes.
thing, or what is it that you do?
Okay,
One sentence.
so, all right, let's get this run on going. So what I do is I am a new age social media agency for small business owners, mainly women. I don't discriminate boys, but mainly the girls. I mainly help out the girls. So I do everything from like social media marketing. I help with content creation. I do photo, video, graphics, like all of it.
Yeah.
So I have my hand in everything for my clients. I mean, some clients do a little bit less and some do more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm a one-stop marketing shop for small business owners. So yeah, I hope I made that short enough.
That was perfect. Yeah.
Sometimes
Love
people
it.
have paragraphs and we're like, yes,
Yes,
keep
keep going,
going.
keep going.
It's all good.
So keep going. Yeah.
That's
no,
awesome.
it's really good.
That's cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much my jam. But I started out, I mean, you guys know, they kind of already know me, but I started out in like the photography world, and I still kind of have that business too. So that's like the background of it. And then now I'm like, did the whole corporate marketing, corporate America, worked for small business. I've done every kind of marketing you think of. So I'm like trying to blend my two passions together, which is, it's hard, but it's also like rewarding and fueling, you know? So I mean, I'm sure you guys
Because it's
get
something
it
you like doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're like, let me help all of you.
And I'm like, let me do it for you. I just want to do
That's
it.
good.
I know you need help. Let me do it.
I just let me do it. Just let me help
Yes.
out.
And here's my fee.
I know. Yeah, I mean, there's a small fee. But it's also one of those things.
It's an
like,
investment.
Yeah.
it is, but I've
Exactly.
also tried to keep that small business owner in mind, because I am a small business owner.
Right.
So I'm not, that's kind of where I'm a little bit different, in that most agencies, like a minimum retainer is like $5,000 to $10,000.
Right.
And it's just like most small business owners don't have
5 to
that.
10
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by small business owners, I'm more focused on like the solopreneurs or the small like 5 or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like I don't know, you know, like there's some like carpet cleaning companies that have millions of employees, but they're still small business.
Small business.
Yeah. I like really focus on like creatives and solopreneurs and
That's
things
cool.
like that. So I keep
dope.
my fees way less than the $5,000, because I'm like,
Right.
I want to help the people that need to up their marketing and need to take that next step in their business, but can't afford like a traditional marketing team. Because not everybody,
Gotcha.
because marketers were a little crazy or a little expensive too. And I was like,
I mean, it's a lot of information that you're providing. And
I mean, it
Yeah,
is.
it's a lot of research too.
Yeah.
It is, but it's also like, I have a heart for small business owners.
Yeah.
And like, I really do. So I want to help
Yeah.
focus and drive that down and like help them out too.
That's cool.
It's a little
Super.
different. That's my new age version of the
Love
marketing
it.
agency.
Yes.
Let's go.
I was like, I don't want people to think of me in that aspect of like the Mad Men type, you know, like
Yes.
I wasn't super into that show, but I know a lot of people are like, oh, so you do what like Don Draper does. I was like, no, not quite.
The female Don Draper.
I was like, no, I'm a little bit, I hope I'm a little bit nicer than that. I was like, I hope so.
You definitely are.
I was like,
Definitely
okay,
are.
I hope so. I was like, I know enough about that show to know that
Right.
he wasn't the greatest guy in the world. I was like, all right.
True.
So yeah, so I kind of focus more on like that new age version.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's a little
That's
different.
cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's good.
That's exciting.
I know. But then, I mean, what you guys want to get into some Instagram strategy?
What?
Yes. What do we want to get into?
Man, we had a whole lot of conversation
Yeah.
before this started.
I know.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, everything that you just said.
Yes.
Oh, it was so good. So
We can segue. Okay, so what we were just talking about is basically, so working with small business owners, a lot of people kind of catch onto this hype. They're like, I have to do this. I have to do so
Right.
I have to
Yeah.
do Instagram.
Yeah.
I have to blog. I have to this.
because you think you need to do everything.
You do. And it's like, listen, I want to be, we're big Gary Vee fans just in case,
Yes.
you know.
Shout out to Gary Vee.
Shout out Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to promote this for us?
Yeah.
Like, just send it to you in a DM. But it's like, he has, if you think about it, he has like 20 people on his content team. So he has the
Right.
ability to be on every platform. And
Yeah.
listen, I want to be on every platform and I want to market and everywhere possible, but I know it's not possible.
Yes.
So what I try and tell my clients and people that aren't my clients, I'm like, I just want to spread this knowledge.
Yes.
It's like, first off, figure out what's working in your business. So we were talking, and I know you said most of your leads come through, you said Instagram and word of mouth.
Yes.
And so we were talking and like, just going back to it. So figuring out, okay, how can I make those leads work for me? And
Mhm.
how can I continue to make sure those leads are coming in that way?
Yeah.
Right.
Rather than like focusing your energy on something like a blog. You know, it's like, all right, that's going to pull away from your time and energy.
Yes.
And it's like, rather than you guys doing a blog, you're doing these podcasts because it's content and it's
Yes.
serving so much.
Yeah.
It's serving you so much better than, let's say, like a blog would.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Plus, we're just not good at written.
and there's
form.
nothing wrong with that. And I always tell people, so this is kind of a little thing that I always drop on people. You get writer's block, but you never get talking block.
That
You know, you
Wow.
never get
Dang,
talker's
yeah.
block.
That's true. I could. Yeah.
I mean, some people get nervous about talking,
Yeah,
like, but once you get in the flow, it's
You
like,
just keep going.
you just keep
Yeah.
going.
Just going.
Exactly. So it's just one of those things I try and tell people. I'm like, dude, figure out where your leads are coming from
Mm-hmm.
and figure out how to make those leads come in more through those avenues. So it's like, for instance, so you guys with Instagram and word of mouth.
Mhm.
Instagram, you guys are already killing it on the content game.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, you guys really are.
Yeah.
But then it's figuring out ways to, okay, continue with the content game and how to start building that community and those relationships, which
Right.
you guys are doing. Like, you're killing it there. And then what we were talking about, sorry, before we started recording, guys, is how to get those word of mouth people, how to keep that traction.
Yes.
And doing like the referral programs. So
Yes.
it's like how to
Let's
take.
talk
Yeah, let's talk
about
about
Yes.
that. Let's go into
I
that.
literally,
So
my
smart.
mom is like,
Oh,
just
business
listen to
genius.
everything.
Yes, yeah.
High key.
Shout out to the OG.
Yes.
But
She
seriously,
talked about
though.
referrals
Yes.
recently, and she's like, Marissa, you need to start doing this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But then you said it, and
But
then
you
we're
said it
like,
again,
wow.
I'm like, oh, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
okay. So
So
break it
referrals,
down.
Yeah.
break it down.
Break it down
step
for
by step.
someone that never
Okay.
really heard about this before.
So referrals, it's just taking either your current customers, current clients,
Mhm.
and making them want to spread the word about your business. Listen,
Right.
like we all provide, so whether you're a service provider or product-based business owner,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter. You're gonna have those people that are super, super happy with you, and they might give you like a little shout out or this or
Right.
that.
Mhm.
But how can you give them more of an incentive to do that more often
Mhm.
or to do it in a bigger capacity? So
Right.
a lot of people, they'll go give you the 5 stars on Facebook.
Right.
But how do you get them to maybe do like a video testimonial or get them to literally take a link you've given them and share it with their friends?
Yeah.
Or, you know, like
True.
giving them some incentive, because humans are incentive driven.
Yes.
As much as we're all great people,
Mhm.
Right.
but you know, getting a
But-
little money,
A little
we're all great
help
people,
here and
but
there.
it's
Yeah.
also like, all right, I'm gonna do this if somebody's giving me something for it. It's
Right.
a value exchange.
Yes.
So for instance, you know, I still do have a photography business, and even when I was like a little bit more into just that, is having that referral program where I take my former clients, and if they referred me to somebody else and that person booked me, part of that booking fee would go back to that client that referred me.
Mm.
So it's like, well, building it into your pricing model, first of all. And what I did is like, it's more so
Makes sense.
like a cash or gift card incentive.
Right.
Because let's be real, we can say, for at least from a photographer's perspective,
Yeah.
nobody wants another 8x10, or nobody wants
No.
some wallet prints. Like,
No.
that's not going to get people to talk about you.
Mm.
Right.
You know what it is? money is gonna get people to talk about you. You know what I mean?
Yes, or a card.
Yeah, or it's just some kind of. It doesn't have to be that. It can be some kind of gift or some kind of like people need incentive.
Yes.
So that's like the whole basis behind a referral program. And I'm sure you guys have seen it. I don't know exactly like what retail. I know like some big box retail companies are like, especially with influencers and bloggers, you get like a cut of the commission, or you get a commission, or based on how many sales you generate, things like that. So it's thinking of it in those kind of terms. And it can work for, like I said, product-based business owners. You can send out those links to the custom URL, and that's going to get way too techy, but giving those people incentive for, hey, if they have 5 friends, come in and buy this necklace or whatever.
Right.
And that's like, generated $100 in sales. You need to give that person $5-10 for that, or whatever it is, or free products, or so that's kind of like the whole basis of referrals, So, and for you guys with like your photo and video, I think like that customer referral basis being like, come back to your old clients and be like, hey, listen, you want to refer us? We'll give you a free shoot. Something like that too. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be money. Yeah. You just have to think.
An exchange of value.
Yes. That's where referrals come down to. And it's like, it has to be equal. You have to give and take and give and take. So, but it has to be equal. Yeah. So,
that makes so much sense.
Yeah. So that's the thing with referrals is that you really do have to realize it's either a time or a money value exchange somehow, some way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just getting people to think of that. So that kind of wraps back into like getting those leads back into your business. So, it's just like what works for you. Why fix something that's not broken too? That's a good marketing avenue for you guys,
Dude, Amber over here. Amber over here changed our whole life.
I know, right? Woohoo!
Dude,
but so that's just
great.
And if anybody else, if you're listening, you can always shoot me DM, like the things here. I will give you ideas. Yes. If you need like help with like the referral idea, it can work for any business. Like it really can. And especially the world that I'm in and that you guys are in, like the service-based small business owners, it's something that's so untapped. Like it is so untapped. And even creating like referral groups with other business owners. Hey bro, like here's a lead for you. And not necessarily saying give me something back, but it gives them that incentive to eventually give something back to you.
Right.
So it's like and I used to do this. I have a great group of girlfriends that are direct competitors with me, in like the photography world. And we all share leads with each other. So it's like, if I'm booked and I can't do it, or they're not quite my ideal client, I'm like, girl, you do you. And they have sent me some, it's a community over competition. Yes. I'm like, there's business to go around for all of us.
Yes,
and that's what
we're saying.
And I'm just like, just be nice and like create referral groups. I don't care if they have the exact, there are some girls that we have the exact same business model. And I'm like, you know what? But they might shoot babies and I don't. That kind of thing. So it's just like, I said shoot babies.
I know.
I was like, that sounds like
I'm like, that makes sense. Yep, they shoot babies.
They shoot babies.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't photograph babies. I was like, that sounded weird. I was like, no, they photograph babies and maybe I don't photograph babies. Yeah. But it's like, but then they're going to send me an awesome like headshot client or something. Right. So it's just thinking in those terms. And guys, that's what people always come to me. I need more leads. I need more clients. I need more this. Right. I'm like, how are you tapping into what's already working for you?
Right.
That's the big thing. They're always like, we need to run Facebook ads and Instagram ads and this and that. And I was like, but why?
But how are you already getting clients?
Yeah. I'm like, how are you already getting clients? So it's just figuring that out, I know Google Analytics is kind of over people's heads sometimes, but whether you're getting it from like Google Analytics or even my client management tool, it does it for me. So I use Honeybook. There's some other ones like 17 Hats, Dubsado. Like some of these, you can track it on your inquiry forms, like on your website. Just put a box that says like, how'd you hear about me? That's what those are for. Oh. It's figuring anytime you figure out, like, or you go to a contact form, they're trying to figure out, okay, what lead, where are my
leads coming from?
Yeah, I promise it's not just a stupid question, because believe me, I used to think it was a stupid question. Now
I thought that was a stupid question.
Now, to me, as like a marketer, I'm like, it's the most valuable. I don't give a shit about your phone number or email right now. Yeah. I want to know where you came from. Like, tell me.
Wow.
I was like, I could find you somewhere, but I want to know where you found me, kind of thing, So I promise that's not a stupid question. So it was figuring out where your leads come from before you try and attack like the next marketing project or like building out these crazy dreams that are like these crazy marketing dreams that are popular right now. Yeah.
So
like, the influencer space and this. don't tap into that until you've already capped out what's working
Gotcha.
for
Right,
you.
capitalism on what's
Yeah,
already working.
exactly. So it's
Wow.
just thinking about it that way too, you know, so because believe me, I get the clients that come to me and they're like, I need email marketing, I need this, I want to do a Facebook group, I want to run ads, I want to be on Pinterest, I was like, whoa, calm down.
Yeah.
First of all, it might not always work for your business. That's the other thing too, is figuring out, okay, I have this type of business. Okay, what avenues are going to benefit me the most?
Yeah.
So for instance, it's like most product-based business owners, it's so much better for you to be on like Pinterest and to, you know, find these avenues where it can directly lead back to sales. Whereas a service-based business owner, Pinterest might not be the best thing for you. People don't go on there looking for a wedding photographer. As much they go on there looking for like wedding inspiration.
Yeah.
They're not going there to book you. You know what I mean? So it's just figuring out
what platform works best for you.
Yeah. And I'm like, it takes a little bit of self-awareness too. It's like realizing like, okay, this is my business. These are the people I want to reach. How do I get there? And rather than trying to catch on to the fads and the like, video content marketing isn't for everybody.
Right.
It's so big right now.
Yeah.
But I realize that if you're not good on camera, guys,
then
it's not
be for you.
Yeah, it's like the analogy I always use is, you know, when you were a kid, you had those like it was like a square block that you had to put the circle with the circle and the square with the square.
Yeah.
You try to put like the circle and the square, and I'm like, dude, just don't. Just stop trying to make it work. You know, so it's like one of those things. And
That's true.
And it's like people think marketing is this like complicated thing, and I'm like, it kind of is, but it's also like, dude, strip it back down to the basics and figure out what works best for your business. And don't steer away from that, you know?
Wow, you're right.
You know? So it's like, we're always trying to reinvent the wheel and like catch on with the latest and greatest. Like when Periscope was a thing. I don't know if you guys remember Periscope.
Yes.
Everybody jumped on that bandwagon, and where is it now? Nowhere.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying?
What is Periscope?
So it was like a live platform. Before Facebook Live and Instagram Live and all this stuff, it was like a way for you to go live with your friends.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was like...
But it faded out. Like
it faded out really quick, and there was a reason why. But it's just like, it's one of those things like, okay, test it out and figure it out, but then realize, okay, it's not worth my time and energy.
Right. But then, on the same note, how much time do you spend figuring out the new thing? Because the platforms that are around right now aren't going to be around forever.
Yes,
so
it's
how much
very
time
true.
do you spend?
So that's where, and I think we've talked about this before, where Gary's 79-21 principle.
Yes.
So if anybody's not familiar, it's very similar to the 80-20 principle. He just changed the numbers by one, guys. I was like, he just wanted to be fancy. He wanted to catch some headlines. Hey, it worked because I read the whole damn article.
And I watched the whole damn video.
I know, I watched all of it. But it's basically saying, be on the platforms that are beneficial to you. So maybe diversify by 4 or 5 platforms or 4 or 5 avenues.
Right.
Spending most of your time on one platform while playing around on the other ones. So 80% of your time dedicate, and I think for both your business and my business, it's Instagram right now.
Yeah.
Instagram is a big player. So for me, 80% of my time, I'm working on Instagram strategy, while in the background, I still have Facebook. I'm still doing like, I want to beef up my LinkedIn strategy a little bit more. I have all these other things going on, and I tweet, and I'm like, that's the one I've been testing around right now. It is just not a platform I love, and I'm still trying to like
figure it out.
That's the one that I've given it a couple of months now, and for what I'm putting in, I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it. So that might be one that I'm ditching. So I say give it enough time to see results. So I recommend like a couple months to figure it out. Whereas IGTV, I just started like a month ago, and my results are like incredible. So it's like, okay, Twitter's kind of a waste of time for me, and even trying to schedule it out, and I'm like, this is just so cumbersome. I don't know another word. It's a weird word, but I'm like, I don't know any of it.
I don't know what I want to say right now. A lot of pressure.
Well, and then I'm much more of a visual person and like a video and audio. Remember, like I said, you get writer's block, but you don't get talker's block. And I was like, when I come to Twitter, I was like, there's people arguing, and then there's like, listen, Twitter's a weird space.
It's the whole world.
It's like
the whole
you've
world.
got people arguing over here, then you have like customer complaints over here, and then you have like half naked girls, and then sports. And I'm like, wait, what is going on? I was like, what's happening? I was like, it's like this foreign land to me, and I study social media. But so going back to that principle is, it's like figuring out exactly what your business needs, and then spending most of your time on the platform that works the best, and then dipping your toes on all these other platforms. And for me, the latest one, which Gary Vee's talked about this a lot, is TikTok. Good God, it's such a foreign land to
How
me.
do you feel about TikTok? Because
we're trying to figure it out too,
So-
little by little.
So my thing with it, so I think it was Musically
yes,
before,
Yeah,
and then
they
now
got
it's
bought out.
TikTok.
Yeah.
They bought it. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I couldn't remember the exact merger there. For me, it's gonna be the next Snapchat, I think. Snapchat is struggling right now.
Yeah.
I think Snapchat's going to be the next platform to go, but that's just that's kind of my basis. Or they're going to get bought out by somebody and fizzle out.
Yeah.
Or they're going to, maybe like Facebook or Twitter, somebody's going to buy them and kind of integrate them or make it fizzle out like Vine. Like Vine died. And I thought Vine was a strong platform. I thought it was, and I was like, it came out of nowhere to me. It made all these like new influencers and made them famous.
Yeah.
Like literally
Our
made
friend
people.
was Vine famous.
Yeah.
Now he's TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's TikTok.
Yeah.
I know, right? And I'm like,
Sad joke.
see, but for me, TikTok, I sat there and I played with it for maybe 8 hours, and I was like, I'm still kind of confused. Like it's almost confusing.
I feel like you just
to
gotta
me.
like not even think about it and just do it.
Which is
And
weird. It's just
that's-
hard.
It's a little cringy.
Yeah.
It's not. It's definitely.
It's more
entertainment-based.
entertainment based.
Yeah.
It is entertainment
sure.
based, and whereas I think it's going to be good for the next influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, for the teen market coming up, they're going to be at a buying age very soon.
Yeah.
Within the next 5-10
That's true.
years. But it's also like, as a business, how do you create that entertainment value? And whereas like people, maybe some like dance companies would do really good with that because dancing is entertaining. But what am I going to say about marketing to a 12-year-old? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a different. Yeah,
it's
age
like,
group
how do
too.
I put my spin on that? How do I make it entertaining? And it's like, you can catch on to these fads with like the, what's that new song? Like the cowboy crossover song,
Yeah.
Oh.
which God I hate, but that's all that's on TikTok right now.
Oh my gosh! But it was so brilliant.
It is brilliant. It is.
It was so brilliant.
But how do I build that into my marketing
Yeah.
strategy?
Right.
I'm like, what? I can't even think of content. I'm not gonna go jump in a cowboy and put a cowboy hat. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, here's some marketing strategies for you guys. Like, no, it's just ridiculous.
The song in the background.
Yeah, with a song in the background and just hope for the best, I guess. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Maybe
whatever.
You should try it out.
I know.
Because no one else is doing it.
I know nobody else
No one
is.
else is
Well,
doing it.
some marketers caught on to like the Shiggy challenge with when Drake. Well, it was when Drake released the Kiki, Do You Love Me? That one.
Oh, okay.
So marketers caught on to that one, and all these marketers were like, do you love me? I'm boosting your Instagram strategy, and I was like,
Wow. Okay.
all right, guys.
I see
But you
it.
know, so it's like trying to. I'm not an entertainer in that aspect.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more the nerd.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna get out and like sing and dance. Like that's just not me. I have no rhythm, so it's just not gonna happen.
Us either.
But I was like, you don't want to see this. I was like,
Yeah.
I'd probably catch on in TikTok for making a damn fool of myself. You'd be like, this girl is so stupid. I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. But yeah, but I played around in TikTok, and it's just one of those platforms I haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
As a content creation tool, the platform is pretty cool because you can do like all this fast forward and rewinding and slow
Yeah.
motion, and
That's cool.
so
I really have not been on it.
it's
Yeah.
pretty cool,
Enough.
especially like when kids go on there. Have you seen them like? There's like a cover to a song, or like they're lip syncing to a song.
Yeah.
And
like
it does all
Dub
the cool,
Smash.
and they do all
Yeah.
the cool movements and stuff like that. I'm like, how are they doing this? And then I tried it. I was like, oh my God, I look like an idiot.
Yeah,
I was
but
like,
you're
I'm
having fun though. Like
You
trying to
are,
do
but
it,
it's like,
oh.
Yeah.
So if you want it like sped up, they slow this song down so slow. And I'm like, I can't mouth the words to this song. I was like, what is that? It's really weird. It's
Wow.
a very weird interface, but it ends up being like really cool and this cool effect.
Yeah.
I can't build a strategy around it.
It's interesting
personally.
but it's interesting to say because I see from a different perspective
Yeah.
as a substitute teacher sometimes.
Oh,
I see them whenever they have
Yeah.
downtime, they're on their
On-
phone, they're making TikTok
I
videos.
know.
I'm like,
Like,
damn.
yeah,
And it's different
Yeah.
schools, and not even like the same schools, like different
It's
schools,
all
every
different
single
ages.
one.
It's the one that they're in.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, and those are the next
Like,
generation.
Literally, him teaching is the best thing ever.
Yeah, because I
Like,
see,
we learned
get
so
to
much.
bro, I see everything. I saw another
This
kid
was playing
Oh
video
my-
games. He
on
plugged
his phone,
in an Xbox controller to
on his phone and he's playing games.
See,
I'm like, whoa.
Oh my God.
We
kids.
have the inside.
yeah, we have the
not
inside
good.
scoop.
Kids are
so-
like, so for instance, my generation, God, I'm going to date myself here. I'm like not that old, but I was around from MySpace.
Wait, you're not that old.
I'm going to be 27
What?
in like a month. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Okay,
in a
so
couple
that's not
months.
that old.
So
Yeah.
not that old, but it's
Yeah.
enough to be like, I'm far removed from the TikTok group.
Yeah.
So my thing was,
Us too, though.
Something,
We're
yeah.
still removed.
I know, I was like, I'm removed, but it's one of those things that I was like, MySpace was my thing
Mm.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Same.
I
Yeah.
used to know how to code. like
Yeah,
that.
copy paste,
everyone
get the
did.
layer.
Now
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what is this? I was like, I had MySpace hacked out so that I could have more than one song on my profile. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
My friend's like, oh my god, how'd you do that? I was like, I'm not telling
Yeah,
you.
you pick your top five friends.
There was no
Yeah.
community over competition
No.
then. No.
No.
But it was like, so I went from like the MySpace Facebook generation.
Yeah.
So we segued into that. And then towards the tail end, Instagram made its debut.
Mhm.
But then the generation after me, so kind of like their early 20s, late teens right now, it was Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like that Snapchat was the big thing.
Yeah.
And it took me forever to figure out Snapchat.
Yeah.
And personally, I use it on a personal level. I don't market on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know people that do, and it's very good for them. But then the generation that's after them is now this TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, I jump on
goodness.
that. And
I feel
DJ
like,
Khaled just jumped on it too.
I know.
I know.
He,
So,
and
Gary V's also on it too.
I know Gary V's doing
Yeah.
it, and I'm like,
I'm gonna check out Gary V's. Like, how? What is
So
just-
he's taking the horses on whatever
Yeah.
that song that's popular
Okay,
right now.
yeah.
I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
He did a whole. Do you remember how he's doing like empathy wines right now?
Yes.
So he literally was out in California with a damn cowboy hat on. So
Wow.
they're doing like the winery tour with that song in the background. So it was like, he's catching on. Like he can figure. I'm like, dude, you also have 3 videographers and all this content already.
true,
Right? But whereas for me, I'm like, I would have to reinvent the wheel to try and do that, or
Yeah.
take time out of my
or
day.
try to get someone on your team to
I
help
know.
you out.
Which
Intern.
we're getting there. I know. Hello.
Dude,
I can pay you in like cookies and Chipotle.
Chipotle.
That's all I got right
Yeah.
now. But it's just one of those things. Is like figuring out how to make it work for you, and
Right.
I haven't personally figured that out yet. And I
Yeah.
like live in this space, and I'm like,
Damn.
TikTok is just a whole another beast on its own. I love it. I love the idea because it's going to make content, like I said, the interface of it makes content creation easy, especially for a younger generation.
Because it's all in one.
It's all on your phone in one thing. You don't have to leave the app, which is brilliant. And I
Yeah,
think Instagram and
that's so
Facebook
smart.
are going to try
Yeah.
and catch on to that.
Yeah.
Same thing, kind of how Snapchat introduced itself with like the face filters and this. You
Yeah.
don't have to leave the interface to create content,
Right.
which is brilliant on TikTok's part. And it's going to create those next like famous, like we had the famous Viners and the famous this and the famous, it's going to create that.
Damn.
But then you go on to the platform, and whereas, you know, Instagram is very visually appealing, you have to have this curated content. Nothing there is curated.
It's just what
It's just like, excuse my French, it's a shit show. It is a shit show. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my, what is happening?
Like, this
I
is
was like, there's like,
aesthetically
please,
pleasing.
not at all. No, not at all.
Like,
And it's just
what
like,
are they doing?
wait a minute, what's happening? And it's just one of those, I'm like, the cover photo, you know how like you can, when you upload to Instagram, you select the cover photo. I'm like, ooh, I have to have a pretty graphic, or my face has to look nice, or whatever.
Yeah.
Kids are just making the dumbest faces and putting those as their cover photos. Like, what is happening? I was like,
I don't understand.
yeah, but I mean, there's a whole, they just released some like really cool studies about how the influencer could possibly die, in the sense of that perfect influencer. So,
Okay.
you know, everybody's like, I have to
Yeah.
have my preset. I have to have this perfect photo. I have to have this.
Wow.
Yeah.
The kids that are on TikTok now, they're not going to want
They
that.
don't care.
They don't give a shit. They
Right.
do not
Damn.
care about
and
that.
And that gives them an advantage.
It does. So it's like that whole TikTok thing.
Wow.
They're like, people are starting to not want the curated feeds and not
Yeah.
want the pretty, you know.
Perfect handle. I
Yeah,
saw
I'm
this,
perfect. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. Because
Because nobody is. And that's
Yeah,
somebody
and
else.
that's not real.
It's
Yeah.
exactly.
curated.
So
Yeah.
it's one of those things that we're starting to segue out of that perfection and into, I just made a whole post about this, but authenticity. I hate
Yeah.
that word, but the concept
But
of it,
it's
it's
super
just
important.
be real,
Yeah.
like just being real with people. And you see these kids and other people blowing up because they're like, I am not perfect. Here's what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Right.
And, or it's like, okay, here's me making a dumb face. Like Billie
Yeah.
Eilish, she's killing it right now.
For
with that.
real. Okay, wait.
Thanks.
Before we
Yeah,
go.
do we need to stop?
Quick
Yeah.
little pause.
I was like,
Damn,
I was like,
that's
oh,
so
okay,
much.
here it is. Okay, yes,
So much.
okay.
All right, quick little pause, and we'll be back. All right,
Okay,
and we're back.
Okay, so Billie Eilish.
Yes.
I don't want to forget about this. And if you don't know her, please go listen to her music. Like,
Oh, she's so
she's mad dope,
Yeah,
and she's 16 years old.
That's
She
just
has
freaking crazy.
blown up, but she's this kind of girl that she has this like I don't care attitude.
Yeah.
But she's also like deep and meaningful.
Yeah.
And she's
Is she the one that made like the music video?
Yeah, with
Yes.
the tears. Did you ever see the
Black
behind the
tears.
scenes of
Oh
it?
my
It
gosh,
It freaked me
yes.
out. It freaked you out.
Oh my gosh, they actually put that in her eyeballs.
But they did. And and then there's another video where she's like spiders all over her and it freaks me out.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God. But she is blowing up. And then even at Coachella, she forgot the words to her own damn song.
No way.
And kids are like, I love her even more. And I was like, could you imagine if Beyonce did that?
Oh my
People
gosh.
would rip her a new one.
Oh,
whereas
yeah.
like these kids that are Billie Eilish fans are like, no, that just makes her
Man,
more
I
real.
feel like these fans are even more real.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like more real and real and real.
Yeah,
And the other
dang.
person I always bring up, she's a little bit older, Jenna Kutcher. I don't know if you've heard of her. I think she's almost 30 or if not late 20s.
Why do I know the name?
So she was a photographer. She blew up and became this whole marketing expert thing. But then she had an article go viral with Yahoo. Or it was a blog post and then Yahoo picked it up. And
Is she the one who?
Ellen Show picked it up. She was.
She's a podcast too.
She has a podcast. She's the gold digger, not
Yes.
gold digger.
Yes, I know
So
who
that's
that
her.
Gold digger.
But she wrote a
Ooh.
blog post. She was like, I'm Miss Curvy married to Mr. Six Pack. She's a curvy girl. She's beautiful.
Yes.
But her husband
is like
jacked.
cut.
Yeah, he's like cut and he owns like a fitness empire.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So it's just like it went viral, but she's like authentic about it. And now she posted about like her postpartum. She just had a baby and she's talking about all this like real shit that people go through.
That's
you know what I
cool.
mean? So she
I
still
like
has a
that,
beautiful curated feed.
Yeah.
But she gets on there on her like Instagram stories and she got hair looking wild. She got pimples on her nose. She doesn't care. Whereas me,
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm doing a video, I need makeup and hair. It's look beautiful. But I'm like, you know what?
Right.
Maybe I shouldn't. You know, it's like we have to start serving the real, guys. We have to
Yeah.
start serving the real. So, but they were just saying that with this new wave of kids that will become influencers or entering the buying state, they're gonna want those. They don't want perfect lighting. They don't care if there's like boogers out your nose. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's like they know, yeah, like oh man. But no, they kind of just
Literally,
don't.
the first podcast
Yeah.
you see, it was like dying.
You know, I was like, that's fine. You know, but that's what people want to see. And
Yeah.
it kind of goes back into another Gary Vee theory. He's like the god in
He
the
really
marketing world.
is.
Like, I'm sorry, I keep
And you
quoting him.
know who he is? Like,
Please,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You're living
what
under
do
a
you
Playing
know?
rock.
games.
Yes.
I was like, you know who he is, even if you don't know who he
Yes.
is.
Remember the name.
He's the asshole video guy, which that's how my
Good
mom.
with
She's
it.
like, I think I saw a video of him and he was kind of mean. I was like, oh, that's why I love him.
Yes.
But it's
real.
it's
Yeah.
real. But his principle of documenting over creating,
Yeah.
which is so hard for people to wrap their brains around, and it's just like that's serve the real.
Oh, yeah.
That's what people want to see.
Have you heard of what is her name? She's on YouTube. Emma Chamberlain.
Ooh,
Oh, she
yeah.
good?
Oh, you
I'll have
gotta
to
look
look her
Yeah,
up.
I gotta look her
Yeah,
up,
I was like,
yeah.
I'll have to
She
look her
was
up.
like, she's really young too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like under 18. Maybe she
There's
just
so
turned
many
18.
popping
Maybe
up
she's
right
18,
now.
Maybe
yeah.
she just turned 18,
Okay.
but like she's
Anyway,
been going for a while.
Yeah.
She is like, so she's a YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think it's only YouTube right now. She has like merch now. She's like,
Oh, God.
like
Killing it.
literally
Wish.
millions
Yeah.
of subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's just like her day.
I know.
Like no makeup, just
No,
like
nothing.
whatever. It's
It's
just
just
saying
me.
whatever.
I know.
And like it doesn't look perfect all the time. It's just like whatever she's talking
Kids
about,
don't-
whatever
they
she's
don't
feeling.
care. They just
And they
want
love
insight.
it.
Yeah, and I'm like, we just have to wrap our brains around. You know, in the 50s, 60s, we had this weird advertising world where everything was perfect and
Yes.
everything was a lie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, like that was like the traditional marketing up until maybe the early 2000s, and then we're like, okay, let's segue out of that. Now we see like Steve Jobs, who wears the same damn thing every day, and like so we
Yes.
start to see this breakdown of perfection over time, and then it's like utilizing social media and marketing not only as like an advertising, publish this, publish that, and push out our products. You're utilizing it as like a customer service tool also.
Yeah.
So it's like making that work in your advantage too. So I mean that kind of just goes high level, real nerdy marketing stuff.
That was
No,
awesome.
that's
But you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like realizing that this is not just a platform for you to sell products. Like marketing is not about selling. And that's where I think people, sales are a part of it.
Yeah.
But what I see so often on Instagram and Facebook and any platform you're on, people are just selling to people. And it's so annoying.
And it's so obvious.
It's so obvious and so
Mhm.
annoying. Or they're like, this is another analogy that I like to use. If you pretend like Instagram is a cocktail party or any kind of party, I don't care if it's a fraternity party, like whatever.
Yep.
You're not gonna walk up to somebody, hi, I'm Amber, I'm a photographer. Here's my latest photos. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You don't do that. So how would you introduce yourself at a party?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yo, what's up? Hey, oh my God, I was just here. Like, let me show you this.
Yeah,
You're gonna have a little bit more enthusiasm, a little bit more storytelling, not just like oh my God, this is it. Buy from me. Here's this sale. Here's this. Here's this. Here's a promotion.
That's
Blah,
a
blah,
good
blah.
way to look at it.
Yeah. It's like, so it wraps into that whole storytelling, authenticity thing.
Yeah.
So think of it next time you post, anything you post. Okay, would I go and say this to a random person at a cocktail party?
Wow.
If you're trying to talk to a little shorty in the corner, you go, hi, here's what I'm trying to sell. Like, no,
Right.
like, that's stupid.
Oh my God, here's my money.
She's not gonna like it.
She's like, what? Miss me? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn,
Pretend like
that's
you're
a
trying to get
good
some hot
one.
girl's number. Just pretend that's your
Hey,
marketing
come here.
strategy.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Wow.
think about it in that aspect too.
I love the way you see it.
I
That's
just try to
so
break it down for
like,
people.
Explain
I
I
have
mean,
it.
like these
Yeah.
analogies,
That's so
because like
dope.
you could say this and be like, don't sell all your stuff
Yeah,
up front.
But here's the thing: is
Yeah.
people don't get that.
Yeah.
Or it's like people come to me, how do I get more followers? How do I get? I was like, no, let's break it down.
Like,
It doesn't. Everybody wants this like end all be all strategy,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like, no, let me break it down for a real life concept to
Right.
you. And it's just one of those things. Once you say that, like, oh, now it clicks,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just like trying to compare it to something in your actual
That's
life,
true.
you know?
Yeah.
Because social media is social.
Yeah.
So
true.
whereas
Yeah.
people are trying to use it as like this sales tool, like, I mean, we all get it. We all get the spammy shit. And I don't know if you guys have
True.
noticed on my profile, I love attacking spammers.
Oh my
I
gosh, I
love
love
it,
it.
yeah.
If you guys just go to my
Oh my
comment
gosh.
section on my
Yeah.
Instagram, you
Right
don't
here.
have to follow me. Just
creative
go.
code.
Yeah.
A underscore creative code
Go
for the
look
listeners.
at yes,
Yeah.
So, but just go into my comments sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
I attack the
incredible.
shit out of them.
Like the ones, like the people who go
Like,
like,
hey, pay me this
nice
much
post.
money.
No,
Oh.
just the ones that were like
Yeah.
obviously a robot that.
It's definitely a robot
spammed,
that they're
like,
paying
10
for.
people. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like,
Dumb
hey,
shit.
nice post. Love the
Love the
lighting.
content.
Or
Love
love your feed.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh. So here's for the listeners, just in case. So basically what I do is I go on there and I kind of pretend to be a little spammy myself. I'm like, hey, oh my gosh, thank you for commenting. Did you know that by publishing spammy comments, you tend to lose followers? Let me help you with a marketing strategy. So like I spam them back. I never get any of them like commenting back to me, but it's like, I'm gonna call you out.
Yes.
Like, no,
Yeah,
please.
for real.
So that's my Instagram tip of the day. Please do not pay for anything. Like,
That's
good
true.
God, just be real, be authentic.
Be a real person.
Be
Yeah.
real, like,
Yes.
stop buying likes,
Yeah.
stop buying
You can
followers.
see it.
It's
like,
so
that's
obvious
Oh,
too.
God,
Like,
it's so annoying.
And it's not gonna help you. Like,
No,
you're
it-
gonna have like fake people.
Fake
like,
people, fake
yeah.
followers, it's gonna ruin your engagement.
Yeah.
And I was like, for what? So you can look cool to your friends?
Right? Yeah.
Are your friends buying from you? No? All right then. Doesn't
Right.
matter.
Yeah.
You're trying to look cool for these people who don't care about you.
Yeah,
It's like,
gotcha.
for what?
I
You know?
do want to talk about something because we
Okay.
noticed it
Yeah.
at like almost right after, like around the time we did our like pop-up event.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on, or have you seen
Yeah.
this? Like there's like this influencer
Mhm.
accounts where all they do is connect other influencers and that's their
Yeah.
main thing.
Yes.
Like what is that?
So
And there's a lot popping up now.
Yeah, like in the Tampa
there's-
Bay area, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
So basically in this influencer space, and I feel like it's going to start changing soon, and people are not necessarily getting desperate, but they're soaking up as much as they can right now. So that's
Yeah.
what I think is happening. So you're talking about like bloggers and influencers are like, oh, here's my friend, and here's a giveaway with like 6 million people. Is that kind of what
did I
you're
just
talking
turn
about?
it
Yeah.
off?
Oh, no.
You want to check real quick?
Yeah. Pause.
Pause. Like, we had to click on play.
Two breaks in one pod. Lucky me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that last break. That was a little promo I threw together for the Dos Cocos Locos pop-up that we just had. Great event, good stuff. You guys did amazing, and thank you for everybody that showed up. Most definitely there'll be more to come. Another pop-up might be happening soon, before you know it. Keep an eye out. But again, special thanks to Marissa and Roberto for giving me some time so I can throw something together and put it out there for you guys so you guys can see my work too. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm loving the pod. And again, at Lucky Cat Visual on Instagram. Follow me. Hopefully you like my work. Hopefully there's more to come. All right, back to the podcast.
Okay,
All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
back.
One big struggle of doing photography and videography fill time is you run out of space every once in a while.
Memory cards are precious.
And-
They are precious.
Yes.
Oh.
So dang. But we were talking about so
Okay.
like people creating these like influencer accounts where
Yes.
they just all they do is like bring more influencers.
Yes. Okay.
in it.
So we can so getting back to where I think this whole idea of an influencer is going to blow up in our faces eventually.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a really cool potential for a marketing strategy, and like you can get in low level. Like it's really good if done correctly. But the thing with it is like these influencers I almost call them like pods. So it's maybe one or two people trying to connect big time influencers with businesses or other bloggers or something, and they're acting as a middleman to benefit from other people's hard work. And not that there's anything wrong with what they're doing, it's just more so as they're trying to benefit off of something that's working so well in the industry right now. So they're trying to make a business out of that. But like I said, I think this whole idea of an influencer is going to implode at one point. It's not going to last forever.
Especially with the next generation. Like we just said, like the picture
it's not
perfect
going to,
influencer's not
it's
gonna be around.
the picture perfect influencer, whereas influencers right now, these quote unquote influencers that are famous because of social media are a little bit more popular and famous than actual celebrities. But you also, it's going back to that whole idea of like genuine, like it just be like real with people. But then there are also apps that connect influencers with businesses. So everybody's just honestly trying to get their hand in this space. And I get it's like, I think the latest report said it's like an $8 billion industry right now. Like it's ridiculous how much money people are making off of these like brand deals and just working with these influencers and how much money these influencers are making. Like it's crazy. And basically they say for every 100,000 followers you have, it's $100,000 a year. So, I mean, it's like big time money. Like it's big time money. And then even people are tapping into these micro and nano influencers. So a micro influencer, there's no hard and fast rules and definitions for this influencer space. Like nobody has created it. But generally a micro influencer is 10,000 to 100,000. Anything over 100,000 is kind of like a big time player until you get to like the Kylie Jenners where they're asking $50,000 for a post. So it's like, but then you also have these nano influencers that are 10,000 and under, and even sometimes 1,000 and under. These people that have 10,000 and under, which is why like this, we can get into this in a second. The 10K rule is not always the best strategy. By the way, guys, we can get into that in a second. But this nano influencer market, you're not going to make as much money, but your engagement rate is significantly higher.
It's real people. And
real
like, their
people,
followers are
they're
actually
real.
following.
And it's not just like your engagement rate too. It's like people actually trust you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not about these vanity metrics. You call them vanity metrics. So it's like the number for number's sake. It's I got the K, so I have like all the clout, you know? It's so it's just, we can kind of get into that strategy. I have clients and I've gotten people to 10K and all right, I'm gonna break some hearts here.
Ooh, let's go.
Here we go.
I'm gonna break some. The swipe up feature is not as cool as you guys think.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
It's not.
Whoa.
I'm just going to listen. I know I broke some hearts here.
What do you mean?
Okay, so for instance,
why?
So it's a really, really cool tool if you are an influencer to have swipe up to your direct products. Most of the people that I've gotten to 10K, they are somehow linked to either earning commission on products or selling products. So in that space,
like a physical
it's
product.
worth it. What I've seen for my service-based business owners or like people that aren't trying to make commission off stuff, the swipe up feature isn't that good. The analytics are, you think like, oh, everybody's gonna swipe up, but it's like, it doesn't drive as much traffic as you think. And especially when used incorrectly, it doesn't drive as much traffic, especially if you're using the swipe up feature at the end of your story. So if you have like 5 or 6 more stories, the people that started your story aren't going to end up at the end of your story. So I always recommend when you do get that swipe up feature, putting it at the beginning, even for IGTV. So anybody right now can make an IGTV video and have swipe up. So that's what I do. So I always say my first thing, new IGTV swipe up, or what, the first or second story in. But the swipe up,
I know, I didn't think about that.
I mean, I'm going to have people attack me for this online. That's fine. I don't think it's all it's cracked up to be. And maybe that'll change eventually. But it's also thinking of, okay, if you have 1,000 followers, out of those 1,000 followers, because you guys are kind of right over the cusp of 1,000 now, right?
Yeah.
Like, so of those 1,000 followers, how many watch your stories? Probably get like 200 to 400 on average.
Yeah.
Of those 200 to 400,
Wait,
this
how do
is
you know that? How do you...
I know enough about analytics.
She knows everything.
I know enough about analytics to like gauge people's audiences.
Yeah.
Wow.
So out of those 2 to 4,
Awesome.
out of those 2 to 400, if you guys look in your analytics and to see, have you ever clicked over to the other side where it says actions on profile or actions on? Of those 2 to 400, you probably are only getting like 5 people to your profile, 5 people go to whatever kind of, or 5 people answer your poll or whatever. Yeah. So if you think about it in a swipe up sense, because normally when people are using swipe up, they're selling something, they're pushing something, they're promoting.
That's true.
Yeah. So nobody's really gonna swipe up unless they're really interested. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I always give that caveat to people, and I'm like, I know I'm breaking hearts, guys. I know. And it's just, like I said, I know I'm breaking hearts.
Don't try, Marissa.
I know. It's like, oh, no. But so.
I mean, that makes sense.
It does. And I always want to steer people. Like, I know how to get to the 10K, but I don't recommend it to every client. For instance, like, I just started my personal marketing account not that long ago, and I still have less than 500 followers, but my engagement rate is over 10%. Yeah. Wow. Which is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but average engagement is, if you have good engagement, it's 3 to 9%. Most people on Instagram are getting less than 2%. Damn. Wow. So I'm the kind of person, I'd rather have 100 followers that love the shit out of me than 10,000 that don't care. Yeah. That's me. And like I said, marketers around the world and business owners around the world are going to hate me, but the 10K is not all it's cracked up to be. Yeah. And I always want to tell people that. It's a vanity metric. Most of the time you're doing it for, oh, it just looks good. It looks good. Yeah. But I've also, right now, there's a developer conference going on. We were talking about this earlier with Instagram and Facebook, and they're releasing all these new updates, and they're beta testing so many things right now. They're going to get rid of the like count eventually. Wait, why? They're already beta testing that. So basically, you know how like right now when you post a video, it shows the view count, and then it says so-and-so liked this, but you don't see the number of likes. Yeah. So they're going to start doing that for photo, where it's going to be like, it'll show you like which of your friends have liked it. Yeah. But as a viewer, I can't see how many likes you have on your photo. So they're gonna start doing that.
Wait, but why is that beneficial?
So Instagram is trying to combat this whole thing with the vanity metrics, like the likes, the followers of this, and they want you to focus more on generating good content than trying to get likes. Wow. So, and in the same sense, I don't know if you guys have seen, I think I've showed you, and it's gonna be hard to show the listeners, they've already switched certain profiles over to the new view of Instagram, where your followers are not at the top anymore. It's in like fine print, whereas the focus is on your bio and on your photo and who you are, and not about your followers, not about your likes, not about your call to actions. Yeah. So Instagram, and this is what happened with Facebook and why people get mad about it, they want people to stay on their platform. Yeah. That's where they make money. That's what they want. That's why Facebook dings you for all of your external links, or anytime you link out. They want you to natively have content on there. They want native posts, long form text. They want native photos. They want native videos. Instagram is moving this. It's Mark Zuckerberg. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. So Instagram is moving to that same space. So that's why they're creating all these features to keep people on Instagram, so that they make more money too. Because the more people stay on Instagram, the more that Instagram itself makes money. So they're coming up with ways. There's eventually going to be a feature where you can shop in Instagram. It will not take you outside of the platform.
I saw that. Actually, I think it's already being beta tested.
They're already beta testing it, and it's going to move into this new idea. Wow. You know when Instagram launched the business profile? So you have a personal or business. Yes. Now there's going to be the creator's profile. That is I know. So
cool.
That's in beta testing with really, really big influencers right now. So who knows if it'll even happen, but basically all these creators, so these influencers, these artists, the Kylie Jenners of the world, whatever product they're pushing or whatever they're trying to sell, you can buy it right in the feed. Because right now, Instagram has shopping features, but you click on it, you click on this, you click on this, you click on this, and then it takes you outside to that person's website. Yeah. Whereas this, you're going to be able to upload your payment information to Instagram. You're going to be able to check out.
I saw this.
Yes. Whereas like Shopify has
Yeah.
already integrated with Instagram a lot right now, but you still have to check out on somebody else's platform.
Yeah.
Instagram wants that money to stay there. So,
Wow.
and I'm sure eventually Instagram will get a cut of that money.
Yeah.
And I'm sure eventually those creators that are on that platform utilizing those features, they will have to pay a commission to
Yeah.
Instagram. So it's like Mark Zuckerberg is not stupid. He knows what he's doing.
That is brilliant.
So there's lots of updates coming out now, but 10K is not all it's cracked up to be. That's the moral of the story, guys.
Dang. So that's what you should like focus
I
on
know.
instead of the 10K.
Yeah, you should.
Wow.
So basically what Instagram is moving towards and what everybody should be focusing on is creating that content.
Better content.
Better content. That's all it boils down to, guys. Like not creating this spammy content, and they're updating their community guidelines too.
Yes.
To really ding people that are like spammy practices.
Yeah.
It's like this photo if you love your mom. Okay, well,
Yeah.
they're gonna start dinging stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? So, anyways,
Dang.
so not to burst bubbles, but moral of the story: just create better content, guys. That's what it boils down to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
That's
crazy.
exciting. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I am too, but it's also like for my business running
Yeah.
other social media accounts.
It's gonna be
It's a
freaking
lot.
hard.
It's I'm excited, and I'm like, yes, I have so many ideas. Convincing my clients that 10K is not what they want is so hard.
I'm sure.
It's
yeah.
so hard. But like I said, 10K is right for certain people.
Yeah.
But for myself, even my profile, that's not my goal.
Yeah.
And even my own photography business, I have around 2,000. And that's for me sometimes even unmanageable.
Mm.
And it's just like, I'm trying to serve those who want it the most.
Right.
So it's one of those things that I've gotten into arguments with other people. They're like, but you're a marketer. Shouldn't you have more? And I was like, and that's where those vanity metrics
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
into place. I'm
Man.
like, just because I have 10K, does that make me a better marketer? No, because I know how to get to 10. If you want to get there, I know how to do it because I've done it for people.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't see the benefit. And if you guys knew the work that goes into getting to 10K,
Oh, I'm sure.
the work behind it, and everybody wants it instantly.
Oh, yeah.
And the fastest I did it was in about 4 months, going from
Wow.
like
Yeah.
3K to 10K, and it still took 4 months.
Wow.
So it was like, it's a lot of work. It's
That sounds like, yeah,
So-
like we just got a little over 1K.
yes, and
Yeah.
I think a 1K goal is wonderful.
Yeah.
We
One
we
K
appreciated it.
Yes.
And I think the reason why we appreciated it more
Mhm.
is because like it wasn't us just doing it digitally. We
Yeah.
really focused more in real life,
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
those coffee dates and stuff, and then
Yes.
following them once we
Yes.
actually met them in real
Yeah.
life.
Exactly.
That was dope. And then
Yeah.
we're like, oh, we're at 1K, but we know all these people
1K
though.
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a solid, you're going to get about half your audience engaged, maybe half of them not, like whatever. Everybody still gets spammy followers, guys. Just
Yeah.
because I know marketing strategies, I still get the spam.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it's like 1,000 is like a nice, good referral
Yeah.
basis too.
Yeah.
And then the good part about having 1K is you can refunnel content a lot. You can repurpose content a lot.
Yes.
Because whereas right now with my small following, I'm having to create fresh content all the time because so many people are already seeing it, and I don't want those followers who see and engage with my content getting bored of my content. So whereas now I'm in creation mode, but once you get up to that like 1K-ish level, you can start repurposing and refunneling and reutilizing content that you already have
Damn.
because people aren't seeing it.
That's
So, you know what I
true.
mean? Not as many people are seeing
Yeah.
it. So it's like it's give and take. You have
Yeah.
to realize there are benefits and not benefits, but
Dang.
yeah, so that's
That
that
is
thing.
crazy.
I know.
All right, Amber.
Yeah.
So I think this is just dope. There's so much
That
knowledge.
was
It's
so
It's
much
crazy.
knowledge in
Yeah.
this.
I was
That's
like,
crazy.
we could keep going, but I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bore everybody. I was like, I can get
No,
real
no,
nerdy.
it's so
that was
good.
perfect.
And like people need to know this stuff.
Yeah, because like
It's
it's,
not like-
still new to a lot
And
of
there's
people.
so much like just
Mhm.
junk about social media out
Yeah.
in the world. So like
There is.
people need to know what's actually
Mhm.
happening and what's
Yep.
actually beneficial
Yep.
for their business.
And
Yeah.
if somebody can promise you followers and this and that, and if they can guarantee stuff, guys, please don't buy from them.
Mm.
Please just
Like,
don't do it.
That's a
Waste
red
your
flag
money.
right there.
There's so many spammy people and accounts and even courses right now, like 10K in 30 days. It's bullshit. Like, please just don't do it. That's my spiel. Like, please don't do that, guys.
I love it.
Wow.
Yes, please don't do that. But
Love
yeah,
it.
so those are my tips for the day.
That was perfect. For real.
Yay, good. Okay. I was like, I will serve up any other realness that you guys want. Anybody listening, I am open ears in the DMs. There's my little
Yes.
call to action
Yes,
there. I
for real.
literally answer any question that you have.
Yeah,
So,
and Amber's
That's
awesome.
cool.
She actually, I think you said like hey, if you have like a question about like your analytics or something, just let us know.
Yeah,
and she literally went through 3 of our most like engaged.
Because I can tell. So the reason why I said 3 is I can pick out on everybody's profile without even like clicking on the photo. I'm like, I can tell which ones are the top performing. That's because I've analyzed so many different profiles. So I picked 3 that I knew were already really good performers on my profile. But then I analyzed them for you guys.
And then she gave us like advice as far as like what to do with that information.
So cool.
So that was dope. So reach out to Amber.
Yeah.
She's dope
She's
AF.
a real person.
She's
I'm a real person.
Yeah.
I promise.
And she just teaches you and explains things in a way that just makes sense, and you're like, dang, why didn't I think about it like that?
Yeah, I know.
Like that fraternity party thing. That
You
like
get it,
now
right?
I
Now
get
you
it.
get it.
I'm like, dang, I was there one time.
Yeah.
Now I can, so that's cool. So we like to end all our podcasts with this question, which is,
I was like, I know.
she's so good. She's so good.
Yeah.
So what is one thing that you're struggling with right now, and what is something that someone can help you with?
Okay, so, and I kind of mentioned this slightly already, is that my marketing company, while I've been in the marketing industry for a very long time, marketing company is still relatively new.
Yes.
And I still have my photography business also.
True.
So I actually know a couple other people like this, and I feel like it's a struggle that we don't talk about. I have like a split passion, and it's managing the time with these 2 businesses, because right now I feel like I'm half-assing 2 things rather than whole-assing one thing, you know? So it's like figuring out, okay, do I need to drop the photography or maybe push it to the side to build something greater, or do I need to figure out a better time management? Because right now, time management, listen, you guys.
Yes.
Woo!
Right there.
Time management is always a struggle because I'm sitting here building content for other people.
Yes.
And then when I sit down to go build my content,
You're
I'm like,
like,
good God.
Yes.
I know what I want to say, but I want to go to sleep. Like, I'm done. So it's that time management and also figuring out this world of like, what do I want to do? And guys, I'm about to be 27 and I still don't know. I'm like,
nobody knows.
I don't think no one ever really knows. They're just
so it's just one of those things that I'm trying to figure out, whereas photography is my passion. Like I love it, and I love that other business that I have. But then I also realized, okay, I'm gonna get burnt out from that because it's a business I can't scale. Whereas this business, I'm like, I feel like I'm helping people and I can scale and get employees and this and that and the other. So, God, that was like 3 things. I'm like, I'm just spilling it all out.
I know.
So it's just one of those. So it breaks down into time management, figuring out what I want to do, and realizing that I can't do all the things, which is hard.
Interns.
I know. I was like, that's probably gonna be my next step. Is like not necessarily hiring, but maybe outsourcing, or because I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
It's like outsourcing smaller admin tasks that I can't do, or putting subtitles on my videos. We've talked about. Hey, developers out there, can you please create software? I'll pay for it. Like that puts subtitles on videos for us because they're all god awful right now. So, but you know, it's just like outsourcing those small things and relinquishing that control. It's so hard.
It's hard.
It's so hard, and it's just like, so I struggle with all those. All of the above, guys. Wow, I just like.
Therapy. This is therapy. This is therapy.
I gotta let it out.
No.
But but I've heard that struggle with so many people, but it's not even funny. So
it's real. The struggle is real.
I was like, might look like I got my shit together, but sometimes you guys.
That
time management. That's a time crunch. That's a time crunch.
For real.
Yeah.
Same.
Yes.
Something we're working on.
Constantly.
Daily. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Amber, thank you so much for taking time, sharing your knowledge. You're awesome.
For real. That was so good.
Once again, guys, for the listeners, _Creative Co.
Yeah, the underscore.
Yeah, don't forget the underscore.
Yeah,
underscore. That changes a lot of things.
Because somebody took my handle. So
wow.
That's for the podcast.
That's the next podcast.
Oh my gosh, for real.
Dang.
I even tried to request to pay this person to release their handles.
Really?
Yeah. Whatever.
Wow.
You just do it.
Okay.
Just throw an underscore in there. Whatever.
Well, we know that you're real. Yeah, underscore is more important. Really important.
Yeah.
But thank you so much,
yes, of course.
Amber.
You're
awesome. And for the listeners and the viewers, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that jazz.
All the things wherever it pops up.
Yeah.
I see everybody like they point, and I'm like,
I don't know where to point.
Here, wherever.
So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Before we end this podcast, I just want to give a huge shout out to EV47. He's the one that made the beat for the beginning and end of this podcast. So you should definitely check him out because he's dope. And peace.
Yes.